A genius husband catches his unfaithful wife and uses her lover's gun to pull off the perfect revenge. But when the police arrive, the weapon appears untouched. So, did he actually do it? Our story begins with a brilliant scientist and engineer. Let's call him Mr. Ted. He's an expert in aviation accidents and aircraft flaws, making him one of the sharpest minds in his field. You could say he's rarer than a panda. He's married to a much younger, attractive woman who we'll refer to as Jenny. But Ted is often away from home due to work. Over time, Jenny grows lonely and starts an affair with none other than a police hostage negotiator named Robert. Although they've gotten close, Jenny never really opens up to Robert, and he knows little about her past. One day, after gathering all the evidence of their affair, Ted takes action. Instead of going home after work, he heads straight to the hotel where Jenny and Robert are secretly meeting. He already knows what's going on. Later that day, Jenny returns home after breaking things off with Robert. She walks in to find Ted already waiting for her. He doesn't beat around the bush. Instead, he confronts her directly and fires a shot at her. After the shooting, Ted immediately begins covering his tracks. To avoid leaving any traces of gunpowder, he burns the expensive shirt he was wearing and thoroughly cleans his upper body. Meanwhile, gardeners working outside hear the gunshot and quickly call the police. Officers, along with Robert, the negotiator, rush to the scene. Ted insists that only Robert be allowed inside the house to talk to him. To avoid misunderstandings, they agree to leave their weapons on the table during the conversation. But as soon as Robert steps inside and sees Jenny lying there, he's shocked to realize she's Ted's wife. In a wave of emotion, he knocks the gun from Ted's hand. Just then, backup officers storm the house. Robert, overwhelmed and furious, attacks Ted before getting restrained. Though Jenny was shot in the face, the bullet missed any vital areas. She survives and is rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Meanwhile, Ted is taken into custody, and the police confiscate the gun found at the scene as evidence. Enter our protagonist, Willie, a young and ambitious prosecutor. He's brilliant and boasts a 97% conviction rate in criminal cases. But his dream is to transfer to the high-profile Financial Crimes Division. His performance eventually catches the attention of a senior leader in that department, who invites him to join the team. On the same evening as his big meeting, Willie's colleague drops Ted's case on his desk. At first, Willie doesn't want to take it, he's got bigger things on his mind. But the colleague insists it's a simple case. The weapon has Ted's fingerprints, and he's already signed a confession. All Willie has to do is show up in court. But when Willie meets Ted, things take an unexpected turn. Ted refuses legal representation and insists on defending himself. Willie thinks it's a ridiculous move, but Ted seems strangely confident. That night, at the party celebrating his new job, Willie gets a call from the police. They tell him the gun Ted used had never been fired and was bought only a month ago. That means the weapon can't be used to prove Ted shot Jenny. The next day, Willie joins the police at Ted's home to search again for the real weapon. But Willie is anxious, his new job is waiting, and he just wants this case wrapped up. Ted, being no fool, sees right through him. Finally, the trial begins. Willie believes the case is open and shut. But within minutes, Ted flips the entire courtroom upside down. He denies ever shooting Jenny, and then drops a bombshell. The prosecution's key witness, Robert, was actually having an affair with his wife. The courtroom erupts. Willie is stunned. Robert, enraged and embarrassed, lunges at Ted in court and tries to attack him. After things calm down, the judge calls Willie and Ted into a private meeting. Ted claims that he was coerced into signing the confession. Robert and the police allegedly pressured him. Based on this claim, the judge rules that the confession is inadmissible. If Willie can't produce new evidence soon, Ted will walk free. Beaten and humiliated, Willie returns to the office, only to get chewed out by his boss for being distracted and overly ambitious. He's ordered to stop working on Ted's case and go report to his new job in financial crimes. Later, during a casual chat with his new supervisor, Penny, Willie reveals he's still working on the Ted case. Penny is furious. He had told everyone Willie was fully committed to financial crimes. Now she's stuck in an awkward position. Meanwhile, Robert becomes desperate. He urges Willie to plant fake evidence just to make sure Ted pays for what he did. But Willie refuses. He wants to win the case the right way, no matter how difficult it is. The truth is, Ted had planned everything from the beginning. Every detail was carefully orchestrated. Despite their efforts, Willie and the police find nothing. When the second trial begins, Willie still hasn't found the murder weapon. Without new evidence, and according to California law, Ted is released. For Robert, this is too much to bear. Right outside the courthouse, he takes his own life in front of everyone. Ted, on the other hand, is satisfied with the result. Willie watches as Ted walks away, victorious, while Robert lies lifeless on the ground. The bitterness in Willie's heart is impossible to describe. Back at home, Ted puts the unused gun back in his drawer. Meanwhile, Willie refuses to give up. He visits Jenny in the hospital again, hoping to wake her from her coma. The next morning, Ted arrives and informs Willie that he's decided to disconnect Jenny from life support. Willie tries everything to stop him. He even gets a legal appeal to lift the restraining order that prevents him from visiting Jenny. But nothing works. Willie's efforts are too late. Jenny's life is ended. This is a devastating blow. Willie, once a rising star in the courtroom, has lost his dream job and watched a guilty man walk free. Crushed, he decides to quit law altogether. Even when his boss tries to bring him back, Willie refuses. But he still can't let go of the case. Something doesn't sit right with him. If Ted really shot Jenny, the weapon must exist. But where is it? Just when all seems lost, Willie notices something strange: 2 identical phones on the table. That's when it clicks. He races to confront Ted just as the man is packing his bags to flee. Willie reveals the truth: Ted had swapped his brand new gun with Robert's identical one at the hotel. He used Robert's gun to shoot Jenny. When Robert arrived at the scene, still in shock, Ted switched the guns again. So, the gun Robert took with him, the one used in the crime, was never found by the police. Willie lays it all out. Ted's plan was clever, but not foolproof. Ted thinks he's safe due to double jeopardy, that you can't be tried twice for the same crime. But Willie points out the first trial was for attempted murder. This time, it's different. Ted intentionally removed Jenny's life support. That's premeditated murder. As the law says, justice may be delayed, but it never forgets. No matter how far you go, the truth always catches up. And no matter how clever a plan is, there's always one thread that unravels everything.